This is my review of the Woder 10K water filter, which fits in the cold water line under your sink. When you open the box, there's the water filter with the water lines already attached, plus a mounting bracket and an instruction sheet. I initially was concerned when I looked at their product on Amazon.com because one of the comments said there was a tag that said that the product contains chemicals known by California to cause cancer. Well, that tag was for water lines that they used to use, not for the filter themselves. So now they have replaced that with newer water lines that say lead free. The instruction sheet also said there was an instructional video on their website, which is Woder.biz, Woder.biz. And as you can see on the website, they only sell through Amazon, and they've got a button there that you can click through that goes to their Amazon page. And back on the web page, there's a tab that you can click on for their installation guide and video. And of course, before you start anything, you want to make sure you're able to turn the water off from underneath the sink. Otherwise, you got a little problem. So for tools, you just need a drill to drill one hole for the bracket, a Phillips screwdriver, and a wrench. And unfortunately for me, I was anal and read the instruction sheet, which said to use Teflon tape for the fittings. Well, it turns out that instruction was for their old supply line. So there was another tag on the supply line that had instructions, and it said, do not use tape, do not use lubricant, do not use putty. So I wasted a lot of time trying to do something I didn't need to do, which I wouldn't have tried if the instruction sheet had been updated. Other than that, installation was very easy. A good thing I did that the instructions didn't mention was I put a big towel underneath the shutoff valve, because of course there's water in between the shutoff valve and the end of the faucet, and I have a long faucet, so when I undid that, it probably dripped out a half a cup of water. And the other thing they don't mention is when you snap in the bracket, instead of trying to snap it straight in, which I don't know how you could do, just put it in at an angle and then it goes in real easy. I had more towels and a basin ready in case the fixtures leaked, but they didn't. The instructional video showed the water turning black when you first turn the filter on, and then it's supposed to clear up after 3 minutes, but mine was never black. It was just a little bit off color, and it cleared up certainly within 3 minutes, but I let it run longer to make sure it didn't leak. So how's the water pressure? I took a before video and an after video, and I think it does diminish the pressure a little bit. Okay, so it's been about 24 hours since I installed the water filter. And I've been drinking the water, and I've been making tea with it and cooking with it. I'm quite happy with it. The water's clear, it tastes good, and I'm very happy with the product. And I've been using over-the-counter water filters, like this Brita filter. I've got 2 of them. I've been using that for the last 14 years since I moved into this house, because the city water, sometimes the chlorine is so bad it's undrinkable. But even with smaller amounts of chlorine, chlorine's not good for you. It's not good for my pets, and I don't think my plants like it too well either. So I'm really happy. And it actually feels strange to me not to have to use the filter. The water is good tasting. The only problem I have is not with the product itself, but with the instructions that came with it, and also on their Amazon site. Because the website is great, it talks about water quality, but the instructions, it had the old hose, the old water line, and it said to use Teflon tape. Well, I fumbled around with that. It would have been much easier if I hadn't followed those instructions. And finally I took the tag off the water line, and it said, do not use tape or lubricants or putty. Just tighten it with your hand, and then as far as it'll go, and then do it another quarter turn with a wrench. So use the instructions that come on the water line when you're putting on your fittings. The other problem I have with these instructions and on the Amazon site is that it says, you know, it's for making your dishes cleaner. Well, this is a cold water line. Who washes their dishes in cold water? Not many people. And also for soft hands, which, you know, that's not why you're buying the filter primarily, because, like I said, it's a cold water line. And it shows this baby in bath water here. And again, well, you're not bathing your baby in
scalding water, you're not bathing it in cold water either. So I think the company should change this, especially to reflect the new water line that they're using, and get real with the dishes stuff, because it doesn't make sense, because it's cold water line. Other than that, it's a great product. And by the way, I have to disclaim that I was given this filter to make a review. So there's my review. I think it's pretty honest, because I do believe in clean water, because it's so important for your health. This is Hilma Volk, and thank you.